Now from Washington, Brian.
Lou, for months now, Pastor Hagee, a key endorser of John McCain's, has been under fire for past remarks he made about the Catholic Church, comments he has since apologized for. McCain did not repudiate Pastor Hagee's endorsement during that period, but within the last couple of hours, he's made a dramatic turnaround after our questions about Hagee's sermons about the Holocaust. John McCain now rejects an endorsement that was once seen as critical to his conservative credentials.
John McCain will be a strong, courageous, and effective leader from the first day he steps into the Oval Office.
Pastor John Hagee, a popular televangelist from San Antonio with a 19,000-member church and a TV ministry seen around the world. McCain's campaign tells us when Hagee endorsed McCain in February, McCain was not aware of remarks Hagee had made in a sermon years earlier. Hagee cited biblical passages, spoke of what he believed was God's plan to bring the Jews back to Israel.
God says in Jeremiah 16, "Behold, I will bring them, the Jewish people, again into their land that I gave unto their fathers. Behold, I will send for many fishers, and after will I send for many hunters, and they, the hunters, shall hunt them." That will be the Jews.
Hagee then says those Jews who didn't follow Zionism's founder back to Israel went through the Holocaust.
Then God sent a hunter. A hunter is someone who comes with a gun, and he forces you. Hitler was a hunter.
These passages were recently posted by blogger Bruce Wilson, an admitted critic of Hagee and the religious right. Wilson told us he voted for Hillary Clinton, but was not steered toward this by any Democratic operatives. Pastor Hagee would not do an interview with us, but issued a statement saying he had been intentionally mischaracterized, and to assert that I in any way condone the Holocaust or that monster Adolf Hitler is the biggest and ugliest of lies. A representative for Pastor Hagee says he was trying to explain to his parish how God could let something so terrible happen. Hagee's been a strong supporter of Israel for years. A leader of one prominent Jewish group does not believe the pastor is anti-Semitic, but says,
the notion that the Holocaust was part of God's plan as a way of punishing the Jews is a deeply, deeply troubling assertion that should be repudiated by all people of conscience.
John McCain not only repudiates Hagee's remarks, but now says in a statement to CNN, "I feel I must reject his endorsement as well." McCain says Hagee's never been his pastor, and the campaign says the candidate never had the kind of relationship with Hagee that Barack Obama had with Reverend Jeremiah Wright. Hagee reacted by saying he's tired of baseless attacks, that they've become a distraction, and, quote, "I have therefore decided to withdraw my endorsement of Senator McCain for president." But McCain's got another pastor problem.
Islam is an anti-Christ religion that intends through violence to conquer the world.
Pastor Rod Parsley, another popular televangelist who also endorsed McCain in February.
It was shocking to hear that Senator McCain would associate himself with someone who holds such bigoted views against Muslims and Islam.
The Council on American Islamic Relations is calling on McCain to repudiate Parsley's endorsement as well. A McCain spokesman says the senator rejects those remarks, says it's entirely inconsistent with what McCain believes, but they are not rejecting the endorsement at the moment. McCain's aide says this was purely a political endorsement, and they don't know each other well. Lou?
They don't know each other well. I mean, this is becoming absurd, and you're saying CARE is involved in this. We're listening. I mean, CARE is a highly controversial group purporting to represent Muslims in this country itself.
They are. They have been involved in some controversies, but they are unequivocal here, saying he's got to repudiate this endorsement. He's got to go back on this.
My question, though, Brian, is why would we even be quoting them, given their track record? I mean, they're not exactly the pristine representatives of the Muslim people in this country, are they?
Well, they are often looked to for reaction to these kinds of things, and they do weigh in. I mean, they are not without controversy themselves. But it's important to point out that Pastor Parsley also, for his point, says that his response there was in response to militant Islam. His spokesman told us that Pastor Parsley believes that Christians should be supportive of moderate and peaceful Muslims.
I don't think too many people would argue with that one. Brian, it looks like a religion in the public square right now. It's quite a dust-up for all of these candidates. Thank you very much, Brian Todd. Great reporting.